Hey, y'all. So, everyone on the internet right now is actually having the wrong conversation. The right conversation and the right question is, why doesn't the bus driver want to date you, Eboni K. Williams? Why? So, I watched the Breakfast Club interview last night. Just want to share my thoughts about it. And I also want to say that my father actually drove a taxi cab. So when I was young, little girl, I saw him driving a taxi cab. He was a janitor. I saw him sweeping floors. He was actually studying to become an architect. Now, he never actually became an architect, which is another video for another time. But this topic, this issue is actually deeply personal to me. And I want to talk about why the bus driver does not want to date Eboni K. Williams. Plot twist. So let me just start with, in her interview, the Breakfast Club interview, she talked a lot about Black excellence. I don't know if she probably used the word maybe once, but this term Black excellence kept coming up, or like the concept. She talked a lot about, maximizing your skill set, this idea that as Black people, we need to be at our maximum, whatever that is. And I want to say that, it's so interesting when people like Eboni K. Williams, who are, beautiful, intelligent, well read and all that good stuff, when they speak on this, because it's so easy to say all these things when when she herself has maybe been able to, climb the ranks within her career. But what I also like to look at is, let's compare someone's career to their personal life. And oftentimes what you find is that for some people, their career is, intact. But then their personal life sometimes is in shambles. And Eboni K. Williams has been interviewed by, she sat on Wendy Williams' couch and talked about how her fiance didn't want to quarantine with her. I think that might have been the white guy she was engaged to. She also sat on Tamron Hall's couch and talked about wanting to be, I guess she's going to go on a journey of being a single mom by choice because she doesn't have a partner. So one of the things that we need to start doing is looking into our own lives and using that data, because I think it's really easy to talk about data from a book or data about Black people not being high achieving and, not maximizing their skill set and all that. That data is probably a lot easier to come up with than the results and the receipts from your own life. Eboni K. Williams is, as she stated, 40 years old or almost 40 years old and single. I don't know if she's dating anybody, but she's not married. So there is some data from her own life that she should be looking at. And from what I can tell is that even the bus drivers are not checking for Eboni K. Williams. And let me kind of break down why I'm saying that. Men choose women, right? That's typically how it works. If you are chasing a man, stop doing that. You shouldn't be chasing a man. It's the man's job to choose you as the woman. So there are things that men look for. And please, if you're a man watching this video, please comment. I'm not a man, but I do understand that men, look for certain things. And one of the things that men look for is loyalty and honesty. And I can say that Eboni K. Williams has been pretty manipulative in her wording. And the Breakfast Club interview, if you haven't seen it, the entire interview, it got really heated, but she was essentially trying to walk back her comments or make it seem like she didn't mean what she said in the interview with Iyanla. The reality is the people aren't stupid. We heard what you said. And I feel like she's being very manipulative, which is a quality that a lot of men despise. So that is one reason why the bus driver will not date you. You're not being honest. You're not being real. If you don't want to date a bus driver, that's fine. Just say it like you mean it. Don't sit on Beyonce's internet and lie to the people. Please don't do that, because we know. So that's one thing. The other thing is, just kind of going back to Black excellence, is a lot of a man wants to be with a woman who he feels like he can make happy, who's going to be satisfied. And Eboni K. Williams, to me, comes off like someone that no matter what you do as a man, if you're with her, she doesn't seem like she's ever going to be happy, because she said so many loaded statements about people, not reaching their full potential. And I get that. And I even have a video on my channel called "We Broke Up Because He Wanted to Work at Walmart." So check that out. And it's pretty much a video about a guy who I dated who had a trade and he then wanted to work at Walmart. So I understand some of what she's saying, but there's a point that you reach in life where you actually don't care about climbing a corporate ladder or running the rat race. And I think many of us get to that point. There is a comfortable point, and nothing is wrong with that. And it's almost like she's saying that if you reach that point, it's almost like she's saying that you have to keep going, keep striving, keep trying to be something and like attain Black excellence, which Black excellence, in my opinion, has a lot to do with the perception that white people have of Black people. Because how do you determine who's excellent and who's not? I think my loctician is excellent. I went into an African store a couple days ago. Those people who own that store are excellent. So, but by the Black excellence standards, those people are actually not part of it. I'm not even part of it. I have a YouTube channel and I'm 40 years old. Some people would think that that's silly, right? I'm an educator. I work in the education space. A lot of people would say, well, oh, you should be making more money. And so who's excellent, right? And so I don't like that framing of this idea that you have to keep chasing something, because at what point does it end? At what point can you enjoy the fruits of your labor? So that is one reason why a bus driver would not date her, because she would never ever be happy. Even if the bus driver quit his job and went corporate, it would be something to complain about. And yeah, I think those are my main points I wanted to make. I just want to bring a different sort of spin on this whole thing. I like that we're having this conversation. I think it's productive. I think it's needed to be had, even though people say that, well, I'm sick of having this conversation. No, I don't think we should be sick of it, because I think that the reason why this blew up is because it's something on our minds, on our hearts, that many of us have been dying to talk about. But I again, plot twist here is not, we shouldn't be asking again, well, why doesn't she want to date a bus driver? She shouldn't have to date. Why would the bus driver want to date her? That's the question. And my conclusion is that most bus drivers, they would sleep with her. They would have fun with her. But I think there's a lot of bus drivers who would not seriously date or marry her. Comment below, let me know, your opinion on this. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, stay tuned for more videos. Bye.